Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel, Coffee Time with Grandpa. And guess what? I'm Grandpa. Today's topic we're going to be talking about is how to become a better person in this so negative world that we live in. Things you can do to improve your life so you will stay more positive during these negative times. I came up with 8 ideas that can help. But before I get into that, I want to welcome everybody to my channel. Everybody is welcome, no matter what faith you are, what political persuasion you come from. You're all welcome, and you're all welcome to make comments. And it's just such a great channel to have to be able to talk to you one on one because my channel is growing and it's getting bigger as every week goes by. I am getting more comments, and I feel so blessed about all these comments. Most of them are very positive. I very seldom get a negative comment, although I do get one every now and then. And of course, all negative comments will be terminated. Just be mindful of that when you're making a comment. Show respect for your elders, show respect for me, and we will just get along fine because I'm a very positive person and I love sharing my life with everyone out there. Now, the very first thing I thought of about becoming a better person in a negative world is, there seems to be in the past, say like the 1950s, there people living in the 1950s and 60s, they seemed to have more of a balance. In other words, they had a balance of negativity and positivity in a person, and they could always differentiate those two aspects of life. If you were a very negative person, a lot of people avoided you and you really didn't have very many friends. But if you were a very positive person, oh my goodness, you were the hit of the party. You smiled a lot. You enjoyed conversations with people on different subject matters, and you never lost your cool. You never lost the coolness of being a very positive person because somebody said something negative about you. Uh, being positive in a state of mind, a state of body, is the ultimate weapon you can use against any negativity that comes your way. Because guess what? Negativity cannot stand to be near a positive person. If you're positive, you create a shield around yourself and you become this super person that will ward off any negativity or any evilness that comes into your heart. Uh, it, by strengthening your spirit to be more positive, you become stronger and stronger, and eventually negativity will give up on you because positivity repels negativity. And number 2 on my list, I was thinking about this very hard about this, not only negative and positive, but also evil versus the good, or darkness versus the light. They're all the same principle. And this is what you need to conquer in your life. Always be a positive person, number 1. Be a good person in living your life with other people on this planet, and you will get along just fine. Uh, Always stay in the light. Be the light bearer instead of the bearer of darkness, like a lot of negative people bring upon people. Always be a shining light. have your spirit come out and be a shining light to humanity and be a much better person. Now, number three, if you're a spiritual person and you always have the power to choose right from wrong, good decisions to bad decisions. You have that power within you. So anything that ever has happened in your life, you can look in the mirror and almost guarantee that you are the problem. If bad things are happening to you, there's something wrong with your aura. You're out of balance with the world, and you are entering into a dark phase of your life when you're out of balance like that. So always stay positive. These are golden rules to live your life by and to become a better person. And I'm talking about a spiritual life where, because the closer you are in spirituality, in tune with your inner self, your inner spirit, your soul, whatever you want to call it. If you're in tune with that, you will get along just fine in this world and you will be able to conquer anything that goes wrong in your life. Now, there are times that bad things happen to good people. It just seems like a lot of times the good people are the ones that suffer the most, and the bad people get off scot free, and that happens a lot. It's just one of those weird things in life. What you say to yourself, that poor woman and her children in that automobile accident. She was a good person. Why did that happen to her? And to be honest, that is just something that nobody knows. There are heavenly events that happen to that she needed to be somewhere else. So when a person dies very unexpectedly, it's because heaven is calling them home, and they need them in heaven more than they do on earth. So they have agreed to have an accident like that and terminate their physical life here on this physical planet because they are needed elsewhere. Always think about death as positive. Death should not be sad. Death should be celebrating that person's life. And that way you will be able to live your life on a day to day basis with more of a smile on your face if you know that death does not control you. Now, number four that I came up with, our world is out of balance. It definitely is out of balance. When you look at what's happening, it always seems like the bad guys are winning, doesn't it? This is very true in our world. Our world used to be balanced during specific decades or eras or whatever you want to call it. And all of a sudden, the, the scale is shifted where evil triumphs and good kind of hides in the caves, until it passes. This is just the way of life. It's always been that way. But now, with this old world versus new world that we're transitioning into, a lot of people are waking up. Their spirits are waking up and they're putting everything back into balance the way God intended us to be. We need to be balanced in order to have a good life. Now, living simple is another trait that helps out with being able to cope with a negative world that we live in. When you're living simple, in other words, living with less, you have the opportunity to be happy, to be joyful, to show some meaning in your life. by living simple and not having to worry about mortgages and your bank note and, one thing after the other. Your electric bill is too high one month, your food bill is going out as high. It's putting a lot of stress on you, and your spirit cannot tolerate stress that much. So it's very important to keep that under control. Keep your life simple and try not to complicate it any more than life on this planet is. It's always good advice for everybody. And I hope your ears are open and you're hearing what I am saying. Living a simple life will bring you joy and happiness to where your spirit can grow and where you will be in a position to help others in their time of need. Because you're here to help others. Remember that. You're here to bring the light into the world, just like they did with Christ. Christ was here to bring the light into the world, and he did. And it's now our turn to bring that light into the world. Another thing on the list is number 7, and that's our planet is really hurting, and we need to restore our planet to its former glory. Our air is polluted, our oceans are polluted, our food is polluted, our anything that we get in contact with these days seems to be bad for us, like a lot of plastics that are floating around. Plastics are in our water, drinking water, and we are definitely needing to take better care of our planet to restore the planet to its vitality it had thousands of years ago when the air was 100% pure, because we had a lot of trees and a lot of vegetation that was producing, a lot of air, H2O, for us. Um, it's just a scientific fact that we are breathing air now that is very low in quality. And I hope we all wake up and eventually see the light that we must take care of our planet. Number 8, and the final thing in my list, is renewing your life. Pledge to renew your life and living a more pagan way. Uh, if you don't know much about paganism, I don't like to, go into it in too much detail, but I live a pagan life and it has fulfilled me 100%. It has made me compassionate towards others. It has freed me up from all the negativity that this planet always creates. Um, I pray a lot. I meditate a lot. And through paganism, I have found what really works. And I hope, even if you don't choose the way of the pagan lifestyle, choose a lifestyle that will make you happy and always put a sparkle in your eye so you can live a very gracious life. I wish that, and blessings upon your household. And guess what? It's that time of in the video where I have to say goodbye. Blessed be. And guess what again? See you next time. Bye bye. Love y'all.